How powerful is Vishnu in Hindu mythology? Vishnu is undeniably one of the most powerful gods in all of Hinduism, and here's why. Amidst the multitude of gods representing the cosmic order, Vishnu stands as the preserver of the universe, along with Brahma, the creator, and Shiva, the destroyer. Vishnu incarnates in various forms, known as avatars, from the mighty Matsya to the colossal Varaha, a boar avatar that lifted the earth from the depths itself. Vishnu's divine attributes included the power to sustain the universe, symbolized by the cosmic serpent Shesha, whose coils cradled Vishnu as he reclined on the cosmic ocean. The Sudarshana chakra, Vishnu's mighty discus, could slice through any obstacle, ensuring the triumph over reality. He wielded the almighty Kaumodaki, a sacred mace that symbolized his authority over the cosmic order. He destroyed formidable demons and cosmic disruptors, and his battles against the demon Hiranyakashipu, the treacherous Hiranyaksha, and the malevolent Ravana showcased his unwavering commitment to uphold righteousness. And when you contemplate his cosmic role, you realize that he isn't just a preserver. He's the eternal sustainer. But can he really beat Wukong, though?
Avatar. Long ago, the world was in chaos. To save it, Vishnu transformed into Matsya, a giant fish. As the story goes, Matsya warned the wise king Manu of a great flood that would swallow everything. Manu built a massive boat, trusting Matsya to guide him. And boy did Matsya deliver. Battling fierce waves and monstrous sea creatures, Matsya safely led Manu's ark to a new world. But here's the twist. Matsya also recovered the sacred Vedas, which were stolen by demons. Talk about multitasking. Feeling curious? We've got the full tale in a detailed video on our channel. And don't miss our other mythological
Fascinating tale of Lord Vishnu's second avatar, Kurma avatar. Once, sage Durvasa gave a garland to Indra, who placed it on his elephant, Airavata. Unfortunately, the elephant shook off the garland and it fell on the ground, leading Durvasa to curse the gods, causing them to lose their power. The Asuras took advantage of this and attacked the heavens. In their time of need, the gods sought Lord Vishnu's guidance. Vishnu advised them to make peace with the Asuras and work together to obtain the nectar of immortality, Amrit. Although the Asuras agreed, they had hidden motives. To achieve their goal, both Devas and Asuras decided to churn the oceans using the Mandara mountain. However, the mountain sank, and Lord Vishnu had to take the form of a tortoise known as the Kurma avatar to rescue it. He placed the mountain on his back, making it easier to turn. With Kurma avatar's help, the churning continued, and eventually, the Devas and Asuras obtained the coveted nectar. During this process, various treasures emerged from the ocean, including the deadly poison called halahal. To save the universe, Lord Shiva drank the poison, turning his throat blue and earning him the name Neelkanth.
Narasimha and Sharaba, the Battle of Avatars. Do you know the story of Shiva's Sharaba avatar? When Lord Vishnu took the Narasimha avatar to kill the Asura king Hiranyakashipu, after defeating him, Lord Narasimha went out of control and began destruction. In some versions of the story, it is Prahlada who finally calms him. But in the Shiva Purana, even Prahlada and Mata Lakshmi failed to calm him down. The other gods turned to Shiva for help. So, Shiva sent Vairbhadra to face Narasimha, but he was defeated. Shiva then transformed himself into his most devastating form, Sharaba, an 8-legged part lion and part bird beast whose appearance was like a huge winged lion. This avatar was one of the most powerful forms of Shiva. He knocked Lord Narasimha down with his giant wings, causing Narasimha to pass out. It was then that Vishnu realized that Sharaba was none other than Shiva and bowed and praised Sharaba, which pleased Shiva. The purpose of Shiva's form of Sharaba was to ensure that Vishnu discarded his lion body and returned to his original divine form.
King Bali, the grandson of Prahlada, was powerful and devout. He gained control over the 3 worlds. His rule extended even over the gods, who were driven out of their heavenly abode. Seeing the plight of the gods, Lord Vishnu took the form of a dwarf Brahmin, Vamana, and approached Bali during a grand sacrificial ceremony. Vamana humbly asked Bali for a piece of land measuring 3 paces. Bali, known for his generosity, agreed, even though his advisor, Shukracharya, warned him against it. As soon as Bali granted the boon, Vamana began to grow in size. With his first step, he covered the entire earth. With his second, he spanned the heavens. Realizing that there was no place left for the third step, Bali offered his own head. Vamana placed his foot on Bali's head, pushing him down to the netherworld. Vishnu was pleased with Bali's devotion and humility. He granted Bali the boon of being the king of the underworld and allowed him to visit his people once a year, a time celebrated as the festival of
Born to sage Jamadagni and his wife Renuka, Parashurama, the 6th avatar of Lord Vishnu, is known for his fierce temper and violent conflicts, primarily against the Kshatriya class. He wielded a divine axe granted to him by Shiva, which he used in his quest for justice. One day, King Kartavirya Arjuna visited Jamadagni's ashram and coveted the divine cow Kamadhenu, which could fulfill any wish. When Jamadagni refused to give it to him, the king forcibly took Kamadhenu. Parashurama, enraged by this injustice, killed Kartavirya Arjuna and retrieved the cow. Seeking revenge, the king's sons brutally killed Jamadagni. Parashurama, in his fury, vowed to annihilate the entire Kshatriya race. He embarked on a mission, purging the Kshatriyas 21 times over, filling 5 lakes with their blood to avenge his father's death. After fulfilling his vow, Parashurama performed a great penance to cleanse himself of the sin of mass killing. He then donated the conquered land to sage Kashyapa, relinquishing his warrior ways and embracing a life of penance and teaching.
The story of Lord Rama, Vishnu's 7th avatar. A long time ago, in the beautiful kingdom of Ayodhya, a noble and righteous prince named Rama was born to King Dasharatha and Queen Kaushalya. Rama was no ordinary prince. He was the 7th avatar of Lord Vishnu, sent to earth to defeat evil and restore dharma, righteousness. Rama was brave, wise, kind, and deeply loved by the people. He married the graceful and devoted Princess Sita, and all was well, until fate took a dramatic turn. When Rama was about to become king, his stepmother Kaikeyi, manipulated by jealousy, demanded that her own son Bharata be crowned instead, and that Rama be exiled to the forest for 14 years. With calm dignity and devotion to his father's word, Rama accepted the exile. Sita and his loyal brother Lakshmana chose to go with him. In the forest, the trio lived peacefully, until one day the demon king Ravana of Lanka kidnapped Sita, lured by her beauty and virtue. Rama was heartbroken, but he didn't give up. With the help of an army of monkeys led by the mighty and devoted Hanuman, Rama waged war on Ravana. The battle was fierce and legendary. Finally, Rama defeated Ravana, rescued Sita, and returned to Ayodhya, where the entire kingdom celebrated his homecoming with lamps and joy, the festival we now call Diwali. Rama became king and ruled wisely, ushering in an age of peace and prosperity known as Rama Rajya. The lesson: Rama's life teaches us about honor, sacrifice, love, loyalty, and the power of good over evil. Even in hardship, Rama stayed true to his values, reminding us that righteousness
Krishna really died? According to Hindu scriptures, it is said that Krishna was once sleeping under a tree's shade in a forest. A hunter named Jara mistook Krishna's foot as a hidden deer and shot it with his lethal arrow. The arrow pierced right through Krishna's foot and led to his demise from the mortal world. But the story doesn't end here. When Lord Krishna was bleeding, Jara quickly came to Krishna and apologized. Krishna told Jara that in his previous form as Lord Rama, he had also accidentally killed Jara in his previous birth. Therefore, it was only karma and not his fault. His death was written by Jara's hands. Krishna died in 3102 BC, and that is considered the beginning of Kali Yuga. Was Jesus Christ the real ninth avatar of Lord Vishnu? This question may sound a little strange because anyone who is familiar with Hinduism knows that Gautama Buddha is believed to be the ninth avatar of Vishnu. However, if you look closely, the teachings of Buddha are the complete opposite of those followed by the Vaishnavites, or the followers of Vishnu. The main aspect of the Vaishnava tradition is the concept of bhakti, or pure devotion. In contrast, Buddha openly declared that there is no God and gave no spiritual significance to devotion in the way Vaishnavism does. So how can an avatar contradict its own core teachings? A very controversial theory suggests that it is Jesus Christ, not Buddha, who was the real incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Christ tried to show the path of devotion, or bhakti, to his followers. Remember what Krishna had said at the end of the Dwapara Yuga. Only pure devotion to the Lord can save a person in the Kali Yuga, or the Dark Age.
Whether Gautam Buddha was an incarnation of Lord Vishnu or not has always been a matter of debate. People ask that if Buddha was an incarnation of Vishnu, then why did he create a new religion? Before answering this complex question, let us tell you that in Srimad Bhagavatam and the Vishnu Puran, Buddha has been clearly described as an incarnation of Vishnu. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, Tatah kalo sampravritte sammohaya suradvisham, buddho namna jansutah kikateshu bhavishyati, which means at the beginning of Kali Yuga, God will appear in the form of Buddha, the son of Anjana, in Kikat Pradesh, to fascinate those who do not believe in the existence of gods. This makes it clear that Gautam Buddha was an incarnation of Vishnu. However, at the time when Buddha appeared, the consumption of animal meat had become very common among the people, and animal slaughter was done in the name of Vedic rituals. Seeing this, Buddha opposed Vedic practices and preached non-violence, although most of his teachings contained an essence of liberation similar to Hinduism. Therefore, Gautam Buddha presented his teachings as a reform of Hinduism, and not as a new religion. But Buddha's followers, who did not believe in the existence of gods and the Vedas, gave his teachings the name of a new religion called Buddhism. Do you know about the fascinating story of the 10th avatar of Lord Vishnu, Kalki? Let me explain. The cycle of life in Hinduism is measured in centuries, and we are currently believed to be living in the Kali Yuga, the Age of Darkness, which began after the Kurukshetra War. According to ancient texts, the Kali Yuga is a time of moral decline, spiritual decay, and societal collapse. It is a time when people forget the name of the Lord, stop offering yajnas and prayers, and indulge in heinous acts like cannibalism. It is at this point that Lord Vishnu's 10th avatar, Kalki, is prophesied to appear. He will come to restore Dharma, the moral order of the universe. Kalki is described as riding on his white horse Devadatta, wielding his powerful sword Nandaka, and dressed in dazzling white garments. But who is Kalki, and why is his arrival so crucial? According to the Vedas, Kalki is born to Vishnu Yasa and Sumati in the Shambhala region. Kalki's arrival will mark the end of the Kali Yuga, and he will divide the world into kingdoms before returning to Vaikuntha with his parents.
Subscribe to the 57418. Thank you.